Hello, pretties. Welcome to Vibsterel. So, it's been a minute, and I kind of want to briefly talk about it and just start out by the fact that I'm sick. So, I've not put much makeup on because honestly, like, since I keep blowing up my nose is that, and my lips are super dry. You can't quite see it, but it's awful. And we had yet another winter storm here in Texas, and of course, the government has no idea what they're doing. I was supposed to babysit at this one house later today, but they canceled on me because they still don't have power since Tuesday or Wednesday. We lost power on Wednesday, but we got it back. I think we lost power around 2 or 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, and then we got it back around 3 in the morning that Thursday. So we weren't out for that long with that power, but it was just a mess. A bunch of trees fell down. And it wasn't like the trees fell down themselves, like all the branches, because the icicles were so heavy that they were like pushing all the trees down. So it was really dangerous to drive because you had to drive in the middle, because otherwise the trees were at the same level as the cars. So I didn't film with all that going on. It was a mess. But I'm filming right now, and I'm doing a bit of a swatch party. The reason for it is because, as you guys know, I'm in a no-buy, and I've just been cruising through the Sydney Grace website. I want to buy so many of their singles. Specifically, I have so many green eyeshadows on my wish list on the Sydney Grace website right now. And obviously, I can't buy them. The thing is, I love green eyeshadow. I have olive undertones and I have brown eyes. So green really makes my eyes pop, you know? And I found a lot of like more neutral greens. Kaya! I found a lot of more neutral greens that I can wear that would, you know, can be a little more natural, so it's not just like bam in your face. So I went to do a swatch party, so I have like short sleeves. We're doing this. I might need to get more toilet paper to like wet my fingers because I have a shit ton of green eyeshadow and I just need to remind myself of that. And I know I have a lot of shades that are similar. I'm not trying to declutter anything. That's not what we're here for. I just want to remind myself that I have these shades and I don't need to buy them. So this is what we're doing. This bitch. So we're gonna start out with my single shadows right here from L'Oreal Los Angeles. I have some other ones. Stop! In my what's it called? My palette for like my BYOP palette for winter 2023. But I have these two right here, and I know that this looks like a gold, but it's actually like a dirty olive kind of shade. So it looks yellowish, but it has a green tint. So anything that's even remotely close to green, that's kind of what we're doing. And that's the shade. Stop! L'Oreal Los Angeles in Vacay. That's been like, they don't sell that anymore. And then I also have Sweet Pea from L'Oreal Los Angeles. And I know I have one more. So that's gonna be Sweet Pea right here. Oh man. Are these like getting old? Like I don't remember struggling before to like pick up. Or maybe I just didn't do it right. No, I didn't do it right. I don't think. There's that. So, I mean, it is a soft shade, but that's the one right there. I'm going to turn on my fake lighting pretty soon. All right, from ColourPop, I don't have a ton here. And again, I have more shades, but they're in my other one. So there's this one right here. This one's Team Captain, was one of their best sellers, olive green shade. So, bam, olive green, Team Captain. I have Wishful Thinking, which is one of their duochromes green shades. This one right here. It's very, very pretty. I really enjoy this shade. Okay, it doesn't look green in that right there, but I promise you it's green. I'm doing a terrible job at swatching, but that's okay. That's okay. What is this one? Conjure Up? Yes, Conjure Up from ColourPop. So we're gonna swatch that one, and this one's more of an emerald green shade. Gaia, what's up with you? So we have that one there. This one's Heavenly, I think that's called, or it's something like that. Yeah, it was Heavenly from ColourPop. And it's this one right here, and it's sort of like a minty shade. It does have like a bit of blue in it. Like this one could potentially pass for like a blue, but it's definitely green. It doesn't look more blue there. I promise it's green. I promise. Okay, and I think that's all of the greens that I have here right now. So we're gonna move on to the next one because we got a lot going on. We're almost 5 minutes in. We don't got time for this. Okay, so it's weird because it looks purple. This is a multi-chrome from Cleona. Ooh, that's so soft. So pretty. Look at that. It doesn't have a lot of different flips to it. And when I'm looking at it in my arm right now, it looks purple, but I know it's green and teal and blue, and that was a difficult one. I don't think that Swatch is ever going to do it justice. This one, it's Toadstool. Yeah, Toadstool. This one's from Cleona. And this is more of like an olive shade. It's a dual chrome from them. It's very pretty. It looks kind of taupey there. That's a bet. Yeah, I'm doing a terrible job at swatching this one. But it looks taupey, but I promise it's green. It's a dual chrome. It's green. Let's see. And then I'm gonna grab this one. This one's from JD Glow. I'm honestly not sure what the name of this one is. Fairy Acid from the Galaxy collection, but it's also green. It looks silver right there. I promise it's a green. Oh gosh, I am just getting worse and worse at swatching. Like, this is just not my thing. Anyway, there's that. All right, I think we're almost done with the single shadows. No, I still have my Makeup Geek ones, but I don't know where those are. Okay, Gaia's outside. I turned the light on, the fake light on, because I figured it might help a little bit. I have the Colourpop palette and the Mandalorian, and you're like, girl, what are you going on about? And I wanted to check out this middle shade right here, which is Clan of Two, because see, it looks green in the screen right there. So I just kind of want to check it out. See, it looks like the other duochrome. It definitely has a green flip to it. Not that you can tell in any of my swatches, but it looks taupey right now, but I swear there's a green flip. I think it was noticeable on video for like a split second. Okay, I have from the Candy Spice palette from L'Oreal Los Angeles. I have some pastel greens. I have two specifically. I have this two right here, and this one does have a bit of a green flip to it. This one's Cloudy. Oh, so pretty. Cloudy is gonna be a hard one because I just don't think. Oh, there, it looked green right there for a second. I just don't think that's a good one to like, because the shift is so strong. See, that one definitely looks a little bluish right there, but you can tell right here, this one's definitely green. And then we have, oh, so buttery, mint chip, which I'm gonna do right here. Ah, so pretty. Okay. All right, moving along. Just to stay on theme, I'm gonna go with my other Lara Lee Los Angeles palettes. Lord. And I have three shades, so it's gonna be these three right here. This is another one of those like dirty gold shades that it definitely is a green, but it could definitely pass for a gold as well. Then there is Bronze Meadow. I love this shade. It's like a deep foresty, but it has some. Okay, that looks just a little black, but I swear it's not. And then the next one is Winter Fern, just like a deep olive green. So pretty, so pretty, so pretty. Okay, these greens are looking a little crazy in one arm. Okay, my arms are starting to hurt from like trying to keep them up. So I have this Super Shock shadow from Colourpop, and it's in Rooftop Cocktails. I know for a fact that it looks kind of weird on pan. I promise there's some very strong green teal in this pan. So I just kind of want to like show that off. But okay, it looks taupey there. God damn it. This camera is doing no justice to all my greens. All right, I have this one from Urban Decay, and this in the shade Lucid. And this one's kind of like iridescent kind of shades of green. It's very pretty, actually. I think that's more noticeable. There's definitely some green in there. And then also from Urban Decay, I have in the shade Psych. And this is more of like a deep foresty kind of shade. I'm going to put it right here in the angle. Look how pretty that is. Isn't it gorgeous? But it's very, very pretty. Okay, I have some more from Lara Los Angeles. I have this wine green in Wrap It Up right here. And I kind of want to just compare it next to the other one. Oh, they're not really similar at all. See, they're just kind of different shades of green. Let's see. And then I have the one from Party Animal. Oh, gosh. This is in Okay, so Is a Party is an interesting shade because like a neon yellow, but it has this like green shift to it. It's quite interesting. I'm just gonna swatch right here. It's weird, like it has a weird yellow, like soft neon green undertone. Quite strange. It's very unique in my collection. I was going back and forth in this shade. So this is from the Pure X Raw Beauty Christy palette. And there's this shade right here. And it's called Garden State. I know that it's meant to be like a teal green kind of shade. But the more I look at it, it really does look bluish. I mean, there's a greenish undertone to it. But I don't know that I would consider that. I mean, when I wiped it in my finger, it definitely looks green there. Alright, stick with me. This one's a little weird. But from the Natasha Denona, specifically and only the shade Vision right here, the multi-chrome. I know it looks purple right there, but when I'm looking at it right now, it looks like green. But this multi-chrome has a very strong green flip to it. See, that looks green right there. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see what else we got. From Wow's Nothing palette, there is that shade right here in Seashells, and it's like a soft silvery champagne green. There you go. That one I will say is not the strongest green. Also from ColourPop, I have At Forest Sight, and there are 3 green shades. We have Evergreen, Fiddlehead, and Emerald City. So I'm just gonna do quick swatches of all 3 of them, and I'm definitely running out of space in my hand to do this, but that's okay, no worries. Oh gosh. So that's those 3 right there. So I definitely have some more greens. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the back of my hand because I'm running out of real estate. And I have the Red Dragon palette, and there are technically 3 green shades in here, and that's going to be Solar Face right here, Jade over here, and then this is a multi-chrome Luna. Luna is an interesting one because it has a strange flip. There's that one right there, and there's Luna. Oh no, the camera is just not picking up that flip. I'm seeing it very strongly in person, like when I'm like flipping it right here, I see it, but I don't. This one's just not picking up on camera. Then there is Solar Flare. This one's kind of a duochrome, like one of those like dirty gold kind of shades. It looks very gold there. I'll say in person it looks a lot more green. And then Jade. I don't think I have any shade like Jade in my collection. It's very interesting undertones that it has. But there's that one right there. Very pretty. Okay. From the Identity 2 palette, we have Driven, which is this shade right here. And Driven is very pretty. It's like a dirty, old, like foresty green kind of shade. Okay, this one, stay with me because it doesn't look like it, but it's one of those like super strong shadows. This one's from the Wild Nothings palette, and it looks kind of like white, but it has some very strong green reflex. I'm not sure if you can see that. I don't think that's picking up on camera, but there is that one. I have from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, the original. This is the palette that got me into greens. I have these 2 shades right here, which are called Diva, is this one, and Enchanted. So I'm just gonna do a quick swatch of both of them. I would say Enchanted is very deep. Very, very deep, but it's still very much so a green, both of them, right there. Okay, so from the So Jaded palette, there's actually quite a few greens in this one as well. So my favorite one is this one right here, which is Tiger Eye. And isn't this just like the prettiest? Okay, that one looks brown right there. I promise it's not brown. It's not a brown shade. Oh my goodness. We have Jade right here, which is like a foresty olive green. Very pretty. Also another one that's kind of unique to my collection a little bit. And then we have the shade right here, Emerald, and Period. Period's one of those like dirty olive kind of shades, and then this one's Emerald right here. And we're just gonna swatch here because we're running out of real estate. All right, my arm is hurting. It also doesn't help. It also doesn't help that I'm sore from my previous workout earlier today. So, yikes. Moving on. Okay, we're entering the end of the palettes that have a few greens and slowly entering to the ones that have a lot of green. So let's just finish with this. I have like one more actually. So there's this shade right here, which is Trust Issues, and this is a duochrome. It definitely looks white in the palette. I'm sure you guys know this palette, but it has very strong green shimmers. Not that you can pick them up. Oh, there you go. There's green. There's Dollars, again, one of those like dirty olive green kind of shades, which is like gold, but there's some green in it right there. Okay, I think it might be time for us to switch to the other one. And then Sponsored is the last one. And this one's more traditional green. So I'm going to have it right there. This place are getting more and more conspicuous as to where I'm like laying these shades down. Okay, so I'm switching hands. We're moving on to the next one. I have my BYOP palette, and I have 4 greens in here. I love green. So this one's from Makeup Geek, and this is in the shade Mint to Be. I have this one. I think this is Gimmick from Larlene Los Angeles. Yeah, Gimmick. This one's like silver green. This one's from Cleona. It's one of her multi-chrome ones. And what's it called? Illumination, I think. Okay. And this one's Tea Garden from, I picked it up with the wrong here. Tea Garden from ColourPop. So let's do a couple swatches here, maybe. Yay! There you go. Tea Garden. This one's gonna be Gimmick. Oh, Gimmick's so pretty. This one is meant to be from Makeup Geek. I'm really sad that Makeup Geek's gone because they make some beautiful shadows. Look at that. And then this one's the one from Cleona. This one's an interesting one as well. It has a very strong flip, even though it looks super white. This one's more noticeable than the other ones for sure. Okay, before I go into my Makeup Geek palette, I want to go into Natasha Denona Zendo. I'm not going to count this one, Flow. The Flow is definitely more of a blue shade, but I do want to include this 3 right here, as well as the Seal and Yama. Yama doesn't look like it, but it is a duochrome shade. And it's weird because it looks pink at times, it looks olive at times, and it's just an interesting one. See, I think it picks up more green on screen than it does in person, actually. Seal, it's like a dirty brown olive kind of shade, but there you can tell it's definitely a green. It's not a brown. Then there's Breath, which is like the softer one. That one didn't pick up very well. And then you have Mantra, which is that foresty green shade. And yeah, there's that. These swatches are getting worse and worse as the day's going. Okay, I feel like we need to go in here because there's a lot of green. I love green. So we have 5 shades here. I'm just gonna go over the names quickly because I feel like it'll be easier, and then swatch them afterwards. So this is a Spilt Tea, which is that one right here. Let's see, for this one, Illuminati. Oh, it survived. Holy bejesus. I caught it with my thighs. Thick thighs save lives. Lizzo said it right. Okay, what's that? This is Epic. All right, and we have this like, oh my goodness, all of you. Oh my gosh. And Jester. Okay, so now to swatch them all. Oh my goodness, I almost gave myself a heart attack. Jesus. So I guess we'll go here. Ooh, this one's so pretty. I'm gonna try to keep them a little bit closer together so I can actually do this. Illuminati. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, these are buttery, they're pigmented, they're silvery, they're everything you want them to be and more. Goodness. I'm gonna quickly do that. Yep, there you go. And last shade is this one. All of you. Oh, it's a lot of kick up. Aren't those pretty? So pretty. We are down to the last 3 shades, but this last 2 have so much green in them. So let's start with the Mandalorian, the Child palette. There's a lot of green. All 6 of these are green, and this one has an olive undertone, so I'm just gonna swatch this one first. Not even sure where to go. Let's try this corner. Oh my gosh. Yep, there's that. All right, and that was the Force. Jesus Christ, I can't even read. All right, okay, then we have Precious Cargo, which is one of those like super shock shadow. It's similar, very similar to the one from the Walnut thing. I think this one has a slightly more kind of green to it. Trying to find a good spot for that swatch. Nope. I don't think it's even, I can even see it. It's right there. But there's that one. Okay. We move on to this like silvery green one right here. And this one is Right Hand Mando. I don't know what that means. I didn't watch the show. I know a lot of people did. And my boyfriend definitely watched it. He's like, watch it with me. You don't need to watch all the Star Wars to see it. I haven't seen any of the new ones, Star Wars movies, except for the very last one. And I went in like a group thing. And I was like, I guess I'll go. Like, I don't mind. Okay. Then we have, this one is Sipping Soup and Babyface. I'm just letting you guys know now, both of them, because it's easier for me if I just had to swatch both of them at once. Okay, I'm moving on to the front of my hand. Try to make small ones. Ooh, so pretty. So pretty. I would say that this one didn't swatch that well. The metallic one. This one could have gone on and on. I can tell. But this matte one didn't swatch very well. I've used it in my eyes and it performs very well in the eyes. I'm not really sure why it's not swatching very well. But I mean, that's why they say you can't trust swatches. You have to really just apply the product. So there's that. Okay, so there is Little Frog as well as Float Your Crib. Who comes up with these things? All right. And Float Your Crib was soft. Holy bejesus. Bam and bam. There you go. Wow, so pretty, so pretty, so pretty. Okay, so we have 5 greens in this one. We have Fluorescence, Decay, Golden Bridge, Moss, Venom, and Ouroboros. I think that's how you say it. I might be wrong, but there's that. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna start with Fluorescence, which is kind of like those olive kind of shades. This one's definitely more green than olive. The other ones I feel like were more yellow than olive. I think this one's actually more. Okay, this Decay. And it looks like a matte shade, but I think you can see it right there. It's definitely green. Yeah, it's definitely that olive family. It has a lot of brown in it, but it's not. Okay, Golden Bridge is similar to the other shade that we saw a second ago, but you see there's definitely that green right there. All right, then we have Moss. I really like the undertones of this Moss shade. Isn't that interesting? I don't know that I have another, actually yes I do. Jade is similar to that, but there is that. And Venom. Venom is definitely more like a neon-y kind of shade, but there's Venom. Pretty. And then last one is Ouroboros. And it's one of those like deep foresty shades. Bam. We are heading to the last of it and my fingers look awful. So I actually own one Sydney Grace palette and this is the Tiny Marbles and I really enjoy that formula. And I wanted to bring that out because it has greens in it as well. So we have Death Moth that has a strong green, Walking Stick has a strong green, Scarab, Mantis, and Firebuds. All of those have a lot of green in them. So I kind of wanted to quickly swatch them. Just to remind me, I don't need any more greens. I have them. And I even have Sydney Grace greens. So I just want to remind myself of that. So I'm going to start with Firebuds, which was one of like the champagne colors, but it has a lot of like greens in it. Very pretty. I think you can see right there, it's quite green. Then we have Walking Stick, which was a bit of a brownish kind of green. You can see that it has like an old like army green to it. Then we have Scrap. Now this one is a duochrome. and it does pick up different tones, but it's definitely a green. I don't know that swatch did it any justice whatsoever. Okay, we have Mantis next, which is one of those like vibrant ones. This one's very unique to my collection. I'm sure you guys could tell. Very unique. And the last one is Death Moth. Now Death Moth is a bit of a, it doesn't look green. But then I'm gonna swatch it right underneath the other one so you can see the greenness to it. It's very undertones kind of shade, but that's fine. That's fine. Oh gosh, I made a mess of this palette. It looked nice and clean before, and now it's all dirty. But it's okay. This is Cindy Grace palette. And that is all of the greens in my collection, or at least I think they are. And I mean, do I have them? Yes. Do I need any more? No. And I need to remind myself that I'm like, I don't need any more greens. You're good. You're set. You have almost every undertone that you can think of. Almost every tone. Almost every different finish. Multi-chromes, dual chromes, iridescent ones. I have so many greens. I don't need any more. I just gotta remind myself that. I am planning on doing something similar to this. Not quite this messy. But I want to do the Coconuts palette and then that Taupe palette from ColourPop. I don't know why they've been screaming my name, and they're in my wish list also. I think I'm going to do like individual ones for both of those and then try to recreate a look from Angela Bright with either of those palettes. I think, I'm pretty sure I can dupe the Coconuts palette, but that's Taupe. That one, I'm not sure. So we're about to see. Anyway, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I just want to know is there anything that's like catching your attention, you're trying to like reel it in? Because I know this is a tedious exercise and I don't know that everyone was down for it. And that's okay. I just need to remind myself I have greens. I don't need any more because it's my favorite kind of shades. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.